Marhaban again. This is a fairly short lesson and it deals with the use of the words kana and kullu. Let's start with kana. Now, the word kana refers to the past tense. And basically it means he or she was, or it was. And it's broken down as follows. Now, just the word kana itself is what is called a weak verb. Now, when you go on to the Arabic 2603, we'll be dealing more intensively with the with something called weak verbs. But you have to have some idea now of of what it means, because the word kana is so common. So when we say he was, we say kana. When we say she was, kanat. For you were, kunta. For you were female, kunti. Okay. We go further down. When we say I was, we say kuntu. Then there's duals also. Kunna, at least kana, for they two were masculine. Kanata, for they two were feminine. And kuntuma, for you two were both masculine and feminine. And as we mentioned, duals aren't used that often. Plurals are used very often, and we come to these here. Kanu, they were. Kunna, they were for female. Kuntum, you were, referring to males. Kuntunna, you were, referring to females. And then finally kunna, we were, referring to we. So these are just kind of words, kana, kanat, kunta, kunti, etc., that you will certainly get accustomed to. It's useful to try to, memorize them at this stage. But I would suggest that you do some sort of, make sure you're acquainted with what this means. But even if you don't remember them exactly, it doesn't really matter at this stage. As you read more and more often, you'll start getting used to them. Okay, now what are the rules pertaining to kana and all these other ones, kunna and so on? Okay, as we said, it mostly has the meaning, or it has the meaning of was or were. But importantly, it puts the predicate into the accusative. Now, what do I mean there? If we say the garden is big, we will say, and you just imagine, without the word kana here, you will say the garden is big. We will say al-bustanu kabirun, not kabiran. We will say al-bustanu kabirun. That is the normal present tense predicate. The garden is big. But when we say the garden was big, we're talking about something in the past. Now this kana, the garden is the subject, so it's al-bustanu. Okay, it's not al-bustana, al-bustani, it's the subject, it's al-bustanu. Now the garden was big. And what you find here is that when we add the word was, it makes the predicate accusative. In other words, it takes a fatha and it becomes kabiran. Unlike the present tense when it was al-bustanu kabirun, both the subject and the predicate had a dhamma, sounds. Here the predicate takes a fatha, al-bustanu kabiran. So this is the golden rule. The use of kana puts the predicate into the accusative. It takes the sound. It takes the fatha, in other words. And just to remind you that the predicate, of course, tells you something more about the subject in the sentence. So that's the most important point that you need to understand about kana. But there are some other points as well. For example, the word kana, when used with a past tense verb that's already there, has the meaning of had. So for example, take this sentence here, kana Hasanun dhahab. Hassan had gone. Kana is in the past tense, okay? Hasanun is the person here, Hassan had gone. Now dhahaba is also in the past tense. So if you had said, for example, Hasanun dhahaba, or more commonly dhahaba Hasanun, forget the kana here. If you had said Hasanun dhahaba, then that would have meant Hassan went. But you want to, put it into a deeper past, so to speak. Hassan had gone. So then you add kana there, kana Hasanun dhahaba. Hassan had gone. And then another point to note is that when we use a phrase such as there was a boy in the house, in English we don't use, there was. In Arabic we don't use the phrase there was. We would translate it normally as, if we get the sentence translated into Arabic, there was a boy in the house, we translate it as a boy was in the house. And that would be kana waladun, okay, a boy, the subject is a boy was fil bayti, a boy was in the house, okay, meaning there was a boy in the house. So when you see this word there, okay, don't worry about how do you translate there, hunak, or something along those lines. This is the grammatical way to translate it. Let's come to the second word, and that's kullun. Now kullun can either mean all or each, depending on how it's used. So when it's followed by an indefinite singular noun, it means each. And this noun, any word that follows kullun, okay, that follows kullun must take the genitive. So for example, wasalat kullu. This is supposed to be kullu, by the way, not kullun, kullu. Okay, wasalat kullu bintin. Here we can see bintin, every girl or each girl arrived. Okay, bintin kullu, wasalat kullu bintin. So it takes the genitive here, the in sound, in other words. But important here, you can't say, when you say wasalat kullul binti, then it becomes something different. Okay, you can't say wasalat kullul binti in any case. But if you want to convert that into plural, at least if you want to say all the girls arrive, then it will be banat is the plural of bintin. But you won't say wasalat kullu banatin, you'll say wasalat kullu. Again, this is a mistake here, apologies, it's not kullun, it's kullu. Wasalat kullul banati. In other words, you've added that it becomes definite and it becomes plural, banati. Okay, but it's still in the genitive case, the I. Wasalat kullu banati, that means all the girls arrived. So kullu can either mean each or it can mean all, but depending upon how you use it, you can add the definite and the plural, or you can keep it indefinite and singular. If it's indefinite and singular, like here, it's each. If it's definite and plural, al-banati, then it becomes all. Okay, and remember, this is an important rule. In both examples, it is the word kullu that makes the word that follows it into a genitive. Okay, in other words, it takes the I sound. And you can also use the word, by the way, jami'u, which also means all, and it's used exactly in the same way as kullu. Okay, so that's it for now.